From broken bones to back injuries, moving can be a daunting, sometimes painful task.
The biggest thing you want to avoid is injury whenever you're moving or lifting anything heavy, so that way when it comes to moving day, you actually can be more efficient.
So to help you learn how to move safely, we turn to DAKOTA HAMELUND, VP of Business Development at Muscular Moving Men. Up first, moving techniques.
Whenever you go and you do want to lift something, it's always good to use your forearm instead of just your hand.
This allows you to have about an extra foot of stabilization to help you stay balanced when lifting the item.
Oh, that's a great one. I would never think to use my entire arm.
It makes it so much easier for you along the way, so that way it saves your time, it saves your back, and it keeps you healthy for longer moving.
You can also use a technique you might have learned in the gym before.
But easy technique that you will be using is being able to not just lift with your legs, but how to keep your head up and your chest up as well. So it keeps pressure off of your lower back and translate it back into your legs to lift properly and avoid injury.
Next, partner up.
Because you never want to overdo something that you know you cannot do. So it's always good to have someone with you, especially if you do need the help, but especially if you are doing something individually, but knowing what is too big for you to lift by yourself, it's always good to have a teammate along the way.
So to check if an item is too heavy, do a test lift.
Basically just kind of getting underneath it and doing a quick small lift so you don't hurt yourself, to determine that if it is too heavy for you or not. Or if you have a taller dresser that might be too heavy for you as well, give it a quick wiggle to see if it's something that you can either carry yourself, put on a dolly, or call a teammate over to make sure that it gets done.
Finally, it's time to learn the proper way to load and unload a moving truck.
The biggest thing you can do is not only communicate with your partner about where your ramp is and where you're going, but let's say you don't have a ramp or a lift gate. The biggest thing you can do is walk your item to the truck. If you're the guy in the back, put the item on the truck, get yourself in, so that way your teammate is still on the ground, you are on top, and you guys can walk it in together. And that way it is properly loaded into the truck.
Another helpful tip, pack the truck from heaviest on bottom to lightest on top.
So you always want to make sure you don't stack a box of books on top of a box of dishes for it to break.
And a good rule of thumb, whenever having a partner help you move,
Pizza and a 6-pack of beer, is that usually still about what payment is?
That's not a bad one, especially. That's not a bad one. Who doesn't like a good pizza in this case, right?
we're keeping your body uninjured with moving tips from the pros.